Hey, this is Notser, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Grosser Kurfurst. This is a tier 10 German battleship. And honestly, it's kind of been on life support since the nerfs to secondaries, but I developed a different build, and I want to showcase that in this match. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Before we do that, though, we're going to hear from our sponsors. This video is brought to you by the Ridge Wallet. Its light, sleek, and industrial aesthetic provides a minimalist design with maximized functionality. It holds up to 12 cards, plus room for your cash. There's over 30 colors and styles to choose from, including carbon fiber and burnt titanium. If that wasn't enough to win you over, check out the over 40,000 5-star reviews. Each wallet comes with a lifetime warranty. The Ridge team is so confident that you'll like it, they'll let you test drive it for 45 days. And send it back for a full refund if you don't absolutely love it. The Ridge was launched on Kickstarter 8 years ago. They offer 15% off the entire store between March 14th and March 23rd. They've completely redone the design since the original Kickstarter. They have 4 new materials, dozens of new colors, and a much nicer logo. Get 15% off today with free worldwide shipping and returns by going to ridge.com/Notser. That's ridge.com/Notser and use code CELEBRATE. The link is in the video description. Alright, so we're playing the GK. We've got the 420mm guns equipped. As far as the modules are concerned, main armament protection for incapacitation protection and more health in the guns, lower chance of flood and fire, better main gun accuracy, faster rudder shift, concealment, better rate of fire of the main battery. For my commander, incoming fire alert, faster turret traverse. We've got adrenaline rush. We've also taken the level 3 AA skill that enhances the priority sector. Really like this skill. Deadeye, concealment, and fire prevention. The idea is pretty simple. We're trying to kill from range, and we also want to be protected from incoming. And pretty much every skill that I feel like gives a lot of value, I've decided to incorporate into this GK build. We're trying to overcome the inconsistencies in the ship class, though. And, you know, a broadside Hindenburg seems like a really good thing. Unfortunately, we overpin pretty much everything save for one shell. And he's not going to die to us, but he's going to die to someone. And conveniently, his high explosive hits the heavily armored portion of the ship, does almost no damage. In fact, I put out the fire for that. So that felt pretty good. You can always overpin. That's one of the things that can happen. It's just the way it goes. So I'm not necessarily just torn up over that. Obviously, he was within Deadeye's activation range, so I didn't get to benefit from it. So it's one of the things that Deadeye doesn't allow is for when you run across someone like that, you just don't get as much reward. But you know what? Our Deadeye was activated for that Montana shot, and that was a pretty good one. Unfortunately, the team's already lost 2 ships. Enemy cruiser obviously was defeated. Enemy Montana definitely is going to try and engage us. And we're going to place our ship effectively. We want to broadside him at the waterline, of course. Give good lead. And benefit from Deadeye, which, you know, I think we did pretty good here with this shot. It looks good. Looks like it's going right where we need it. And got a little preview of submarines, I guess. We had the camera clip underwater, but we did, you know, 41,000 on that broadside. Felt pretty good. He returns the favor, though, 20,000, and I felt like, whoa. I had good angling, but he located his shells really well. But we're going to just return fire on this guy. And we're staying roughly in the center of the map. It's obviously a standard battle gameplay. And standard battle, unfortunately, just ends up being very passive. As players are looking for advantages that they can have, they don't really want to go out and try and capture the enemy base because, let's face it, you can't really do that effectively. So most of the time, both teams are just spread out on their side of the map looking for any advantage. Thankfully, our team seems to be taking out the Yamato, so that's good, of course. Shells are flying over, expecting him to use any type of heal. Teammates take him out, which is good. Our team has matched the enemies in kills so far, and we actually have a little bit of an advantage. So I'm just looking for vulnerable targets that happen to operate outside of my base concealment range, and that's where Deadeye is most beneficial. Obviously, the Germans' consistency is one of the biggest topics that they have to deal with. So Deadeye is a skill perfectly positioned for them. And, you know, that's one of the great things about trying new things. Sort of swore off Deadeye, but also kind of frustrated that secondaries are just not being addressed. I don't know what Wargaming thinks that they're doing, but they've really turned secondaries into a build that just doesn't work. And it needs to work above all other aspects. It just, you spec into it and you feel like you can be effective. I just don't feel that way with the Germans, who rely the most on their secondaries as a portion of their damage. So this was honestly, after many different trial and error builds. We tried 406, 420, emergency repair, no emergency repair. We took Deadeye, didn't take Deadeye, tried different builds. As far as the AA skill is concerned, that is an interesting one, which you won't get to see much in this game because the aircraft carrier just conveniently never attacks us. But when the enemy aircraft carrier actually attacks us, it's not half bad. Friendly Yamato is taken out, and there's no one left at the east side of the map. Now, a Marceau has pushed into the enemy base, and he's trying to capture. I don't think he's going to capture. But I'm trying to take advantage of any ships that are looking to retreat back to their base. And this Montana, he's going to be pretty broadside. So I'm really hoping that we can locate on his citadel. And unfortunately, the shells just don't go exactly where his citadel is. We do okay damage, but it doesn't punish him completely for that broadside. So as we take a look at the game, enemy team has a couple more kills than we do. Enemy Des Moines was flashing. Not an easy target to hit when he's not spotted. So the next best one, this enemy Montana that we've been firing on since, you know, probably like 3 or 4 minutes at this point. And you do okay damage. Now, as I was moving over to this area, I was feeling the pressure of an enemy DD that had to be somewhere over here, because it's not going back down. We are definitely spotted by something that is within 14.3 of our ship. The only thing that could be that close is a DD at this point. Maybe a cruiser with concealment, but there's only 2 cruisers on the enemy team. Highly unlikely that Des Moines somehow covered the distance, and there's no way the other cruiser is going to be. So we know that there is some shadow DD, and that is why I chose to use Hydro. That's one of the great traits of the German battleships. They're going to love having Hydro against submarines. So it really kills me that the Germans, you know, pretty much don't get to play to what they were designed for, which was secondaries. But that's okay. We've already done 94,000 damage in this game, and there's more on the table. This enemy Des Moines, enemy Conqueror, the enemy Montana, of course, is wiped out. I am trying to avoid the incoming from the Conqueror. Now, the build that I chose, I did omit preventative maintenance, and there we go. Ooh, we got a citadel on that Des Moines. I did omit preventative maintenance, and that's because incoming fire, I can play with my throttle and force an overshot. That helps a lot with damage mitigation. Dodge tanks get to do a lot in this game. Obviously, DDs do it better than battleships, but battleships can absolutely dodge just as effectively if you position yourself accordingly. Like, not being super in your face with another ship gives you the potential to drop that speed just at the right moment as the person fires and throw the shot off. And the sooner that you do it, the easier it is to dodge. So that's why incoming fire is so nice. I don't need to wait on the shell to animate on screen. I just need to look for the incoming fire warning and drop my speed. That way it throws it off sort of automatically. And as you can see, Conqueror, not really doing good damage to us, right? So yeah, anyone who feels like, that's a skill not for battleships, they're too big, they're too bulky, they can't do that. Clearly they can. And even if we only dodge 1 salvo each game, we're still dodging a significant amount of damage that could set us up for our early demise. So it's just really important to take advantage of all the different skills out there. And that's really what I was trying to do. I was trying to revive my interest in the GK, and yeah, I'm interested. I'm definitely interested in this build. We set up some good damage there. Once again, incoming torpedoes. It's this little Shima. I want to say another word there. It's an annoying Shima who is just shadowing us and sending torpedoes on cooldown, trying to take us out. So I am just mindful of this, firing on his enemies, on his friendlies actually, and disengaging away from where the threat is coming from. If you cannot find the DD, that is your best chance for success. Sail away from him and make him have to overcome the distance that you are gaining. It's much harder to chase down a ship that doesn't want to be torpedoed than a ship that's given up and is okay getting torpedoed. And we're benefiting from our teammates spotting. Unfortunately, our teammates are getting wiped out, and I'm definitely disappointed by this, but we do land 4 overpin on this enemy Grosser, which is nice. I'm trying to find targets that I can punish without getting punished. So we're moving away from the threat on the east side, but there are some cruisers and battleships that are still on the north side, and I am considering, of course, it's a DD. It's a good habit to fire on them if you ever have an opportunity to get some good damage. And oh man, look at this Thunder. He couldn't be more broadside. I want to shoot this guy so bad. It looks like he fired his AP. So we fired our AP at the waterline, and we're going to maintain angle. The shells are going to hit, but they're not going to hit as hard as they could potentially. And 3 overpin, of course, we don't get any Citadel location. That's okay, though. We can use our heal, and we do. Because I don't have emergency repair, I have to just live with the base heal that's built into something like the GK. That's not that bad. Ooh, yeah, here we go. Broadside. Scout aircraft, absolutely broadside. Aim right at that water line. We're going to punch this in, hopefully. Oh, yeah, we punched that in. See you later, Thunderer. Enjoy the next game, my friend. 3 Citadels, that was absolutely what we need in that. That is probably one of the only ways we can keep it in this game, is if we can just one-shot every remaining enemy. The Salem, of course, coming in. And he is softening his angling just a touch. So I do elevate my gun to compensate for that. And yeah, another kill. High caliber, Confederate, over 200,000. There's still 9 minutes in this game. The aircraft carrier hasn't really attacked us, so we haven't gotten to see this improved priority sector. But oh wait, there's a Kleber. He's trying to hunt down the friendly aircraft carrier, so I'm mindful of this, making sure that I avoid the torpedoes, but then having my guns traverse as quickly as I can to try and knock this guy out. We really need to give as much lead as possible. He does look like he's actively dodging, but our shells should be in the ballpark, and they are. We knock him out. He actually dropped torps before that. And just like that, 3 ships gone. And that is a big swing. But unfortunately, we are getting torped from the front because, of course, the Shima decided to go all the way around just to keep us in range, I'm sure, or the aircraft carrier. And we're just dealing with all the fish in the sea everywhere. But I know this guy is right here. He's less than 8 kilometers away from my ship. There's an aircraft carrier there. We really need the aircraft carrier to try and go searching for him. And I'm going to try and tell him, hey, there's an enemy DD that's right on top of us. He already sent torpedoes. There's going to be 45 to a minute left. He needs to try and find him. My guns will be in position to fire on him, obviously, if given the chance. And if we can get him dead and just stay alive for 5 more minutes, we could probably win this game. And there he is. And look at how low he is. Probably been benefiting from a drilling rush. That little sneak. I turn and fire on his position. We only get 1 shell to make contact. We needed 3. He's popping his smoke, and he's going to hide there. And he's going to hide there for the full duration. There's nothing else I can do at this exact moment. So I'm going to move off away from him. Leave the aircraft carrier. He doesn't have that bloom that he has to deal with. I have to wait on that. Hopefully the friendly aircraft carrier either keeps him spotted or takes him out. But I'm obviously needed on the other side of the map. The enemy Des Moines, he's pretty low. If we got a shot on him, we might be able to take it. It would be really great if we did. Our friendly conqueror, though, he's in no man's land, and he dies to the other Shima. Not enough Shimas in this game. So it's just me, the aircraft carrier, and the friendly DD, the Holland. And finally, this is the first opportunity that we've had aircraft come in on us, and we're going to try out the improved priority sector. It's going to get our percentage up to 160% instead of something like 135, I believe, plus an extra flak. It adds up. You know, it's a 3-point skill. It obviously doesn't protect you 100%, but if he's weak, ooh, this might be an opportunity to take him out. Oh, I hope we can knock him out. This is going to be the only chance that we have to see him, I'm sure. And it lands short. Of course it does. Of course it is. We really, really needed that kill. And oh, wait, Torp's in the front. Dodge the first set. Second one, momentum's just a little too much. Dive bomb. Ooh, he just barely misses our citadel there. Very lucky. Clearly, the enemy DD is very close. Obviously, he's not spotting us because he would if the situation awareness would be on the screen. So he's somewhere right around this island. The enemy Shima that was being hounded by from the aircraft carrier, he's still alive, unfortunately, and we kind of need him taken out. We need 2 kills. I need to kill the Des Moines, and that Shima needs to go down. Okay, so the Shima went down. Enemy Des Moines is still alive, unfortunately. Oh, he's still alive, unfortunately. Enemy aircraft carrier is attacking. Now, this is a really late game situation, so the enemy aircraft carrier is not going to have a ton of squadrons, and we needed that aircraft carrier's survival. The enemy Shima survives just long enough to have another torpedo send on the aircraft carrier, and that's pretty much game right there. I don't think we can come back. We need 2 kills at this point. There's 1 minute and 50 seconds. If the Des Moines is worth his weight, he would not allow us to even see him. So that's just not going to be a realistic goal. We could easily engage the Grosser, but we're probably not going to take him out because he still has a lot of health. We are doing a really good job against the air that is attacking us. And we are dodging just enough that it isn't the kill shot. But there's 1 minute and 25 seconds left. We really, really, really need this Des Moines spotted. Unfortunately, the aircraft carrier on our team completely wiped out, so we're not going to benefit from that anymore. It's just me and the Holland and the AP bombs that keep hitting us. But you know what? Even if this is how this game ends, it was a battle. And every single blow really felt fun and rewarding. And I enjoyed this build. I can't say that I have enjoyed many GK builds. They have basically been, the GK has basically been unstable, in port, in mothballs, because I just loved the secondary build so much that I can't see myself ever not loving it. And I just didn't find a build that was right for me in the GK. But honestly, this build, it feels great. It really does feel great. It has great defense in the armor that's available, incoming fire, the AA protection skill, and it has that great accuracy that I can take full advantage of, and obviously we do, and just wasn't enough in this game. 2.6 million potential damage farmed. It was great. I do not regret any decision made in this game. I wish that Des Moines shell landed on him, but you can't win them all, and certainly tried, though. I really enjoyed this build. I see myself playing a lot of GK with it, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it on stream and also on this YouTube channel. And thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked the video, please like it. If you dislike it, dislike it. You can subscribe to the channel. We do World of Warship videos, first impression, how-to, news, and review. My North American recruit invite is on the screen. You can take advantage of that. We stream at twitch.tv/Notser. And look, 1700 base XP and a loss. It would have been such a good game. But you know what? That's okay. Anyway, thank you so much. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.